Hey guys, my name is Todd. Today is my birthday and my wife got me these. So I've heard a lot about these shoes. About a month ago, I went into a store and I saw them on the wall and I thought, you know what, let me just put these on and see how they feel. And that day, my legs were pretty sore. I've been training for the Austin Marathon. I've tried on probably 5 or 6 different pair of shoes. And I put these things on and my experience was nuts. I started to run just in the store, across the store, and I could barely stop myself. It was the craziest feeling. I never had that feeling in a running shoe before. From that little bit, I was kind of hooked, and I came home and I started talking to my wife about these shoes, and I don't talk about shoes. I mean, I've been a triathlete for a few years and run a few marathons, but nothing crazy. And usually when I like a pair of shoes, I buy them. These shoes, however, are $250. I don't care how much money you have, $250 for shoes is kind of insane, especially when you think about the life of these things is about, I've heard anywhere from 100 to 300 miles. Anyone who is an actual runner can say, these shoes make me feel fast. These shoes don't make me feel fast. Some are heavier and clunkier, some are lighter. These Nike Next Percents are incredible. I've seen a lot of reviews of these shoes online and some are good, some are bad. Actually, most are pretty good. I am not a reviewer of most things. I have a couple of videos reviewing things, but for the most part, it's just, do I like a thing? I'll tell people about it. Do I not? Then I won't bother. So I wanted to make a video about these shoes because they're $250. And if anybody is even thinking about buying them, I want them to have as much information as I have. So immediately when you take them out of the box, you pick them up and you feel like, where's the shoe? This is the lightest shoe. I mean, with all of this foam here, you feel like, oh, this thing is going to be clunky, it's going to be heavy. This does not feel that way. There's just as much, if not more, midsole here than in the Hokas that I've been running in. It feels like the lightest shoe I've ever put on my foot. And immediately when you put them on, it feels like you're walking on a cloud. One thing I will say is very narrow in the center of the foot. So if you have a wide middle of your foot, these are not going to be for you. But it wouldn't be bad to just try them on, because after, I don't know, maybe a quarter mile, half mile, maybe, I felt very stable in them. They are made to go forward, not side to side. So anytime you have to turn left or turn right, you really got to pay attention to where you're landing and you don't want to roll an ankle. And while it's wide in the toe box here, in the midsole and the heel, it really isn't. And because there's so much foam here, you're standing a lot higher. So your center of gravity is lower. Or I don't know. I didn't have a run on my plan today, but I just had to run in these things. Normally I take my first mile really easy. I found it very hard to take anything easy in these shoes. My first mile was sub race pace. My second mile was sub race pace. And my heart rate was mid zone 2, high zone 2. I kept looking at my watch thinking, I can't be going this fast. This is crazy. There's a huge drop off right about where the ball of your foot is. So as you're taking your steps, you're just basically like falling forward, and you can really feel that carbon plate springing back. These are the most giving shoes I've ever put on. Every step feels like you're getting the most out of it. In a lot of shoes, I feel like I'm fighting the shoe. If you're a runner and you've gone out on 15, 20 mile runs, you know by the end of that run, sometimes you're just like, get me off my feet, get me out of these shoes. I did 5 miles in these and I felt like I could do way more, and this is my day off. The upper is this very thin, breathable, they call it vapor weave, and it's supposed to wick away any wetness. If you're running a marathon, you're drinking, you're pouring it on your head, whatever, your feet get wet, you don't want to run with wet feet. It kept my feet nice and cool, which is great. This vapor weave is so thin that in the back here, they made this little pad to hold your heel in. And I've heard from other people who've reviewed this that it's given them blisters. I didn't have that experience. I only ran 5 miles, but I can't see that happening It felt very comfortable. I felt it holding my foot in very well. The lacing, as you can see, is completely different. It goes down the outside of your foot, which is fantastic for me. My left foot is a little different than my right. I always have this pain right on the lace part. And with these shoes, I did not have that because the laces go down the side. It's a brilliant way to stop something like that from happening. I will say that when you are lacing this thing up for the first time, take your time. It's not like normal shoes where you just lace them up and you go, because there's a lot of upper, especially in the tongue. This tongue is as thin as the rest of the vapor weave, as the rest of the upper. So it kind of crinkles up. Some I've heard have said that that is a detriment to the shoe. I totally didn't feel that. It just takes another minute or two to kind of get it where you have the lacing right. But anytime you buy new shoes, I feel like you should take your time lacing them, getting them right on your foot, run a little bit, stop, adjust if you need to. I mean, you need to figure that out. It's like, an extension of your foot. And any time that you buy something new, you need to take your time breaking it in. These are no different. And I would take another couple of minutes to adjust the lacing for your taste. Also, if you wear an insole for your shoes, these might not be for you. You do not put insoles in these shoes. The insole in here is actually tied in to the shoe. You can't remove it. And if you're gonna pay this kind of money for this shoe, you buy it as is. I mean, it's made for a certain type of foot. I don't ever wanna rely on shoes to say, yes, I'm gonna hit my race pace, I'm gonna hit my goal. But I will say they are the tool of your trade if you are a runner. And these things make me feel strong. They make me feel excited to run. They make me feel fast. They make me feel like I can do this crazy thing that I set out to do. So if you're out there and you are thinking about buying these shoes, I will say, yes, they are expensive, but if you have a lofty goal in any race that you're doing, 5K up to a marathon, just put them on and try them on. I'm not saying to buy them. I don't think that you need to be a super fast runner to enjoy these shoes. I think that you just need to like running and know what you like as a runner on your foot. This is not sponsored, by the way. You could probably get some Skechers, Sauconys, or some Hokas, or any other shoe. I mean, even Nike makes a 4% that's supposed to be the training version of this shoe. And I tried those on as well, and they were fantastic, but they were not these shoes. These were a difference maker for me in the store. And after my run just now, in my humble opinion, these are the best shoe that Nike has ever made. Hands down, easily the best shoe I've ever put on my foot. So there it is, guys. I don't have any affiliation with Nike. They unfortunately do not sponsor me in any way, shape, or form. I just wanted to put this out there and let you guys know what I think about this shoe, because I'm training for a marathon and I just happened to get my hands on some. I love them. I can feel that carbon plate springing back. I can feel it helping me. I love the drop off on the toe box here that helps me roll forward. The small amount of miles, the 5 miles I've done today in these shoes have been some of the best feeling miles I've run in months. It's amazing that I have them in my hands and on my feet. I feel very lucky. If you have a chance to try them, I definitely recommend trying them. Buy them if you want. Don't buy them if you don't have the money. I will never tell somebody to buy something if they don't have the money. But if you do, and you have a lofty goal, these things will give you that extra little edge. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. Sometimes I put videos out, sometimes I don't. I don't know. I only kind of review things when I feel an itch to do so. But hopefully I see you out there in the road. Enjoy your running, enjoy your biking, and stay fit, and happy 2020.